Hey, y'all, little drummer boy. I hope you drum heads are doing well and having a great Father's Day. Right now, I am at a Revolutionary War battlefield. This is the Battle of Ramsour's Mill in Lincolnton, North Carolina. And contrary to what the Lincoln Golf Club has on their, as their icon, Lincolnton is not named after President Lincoln. It was around way before he was born. It was founded in 1785 and actually was named for the general of this battle. And anyway, you see a log cabin here, and so let's see about this. All right, the Battle of Ramsour's Mill. By the spring of 1780, the war for America's independence, begun 5 years earlier in Massachusetts, had moved south. Following decisive victories in Georgia and South Carolina, the British Army under the command of Lord Cornwallis was poised to enter North Carolina. In early June, Lieutenant Colonel John Moore and Major Nicholas Welch, native sons of Lincoln County from the Indian Creek settlement, returned home and issued a call for local residents to assemble and support the British. Moore and Welch had earlier joined with the British to help organize Loyalist militia units. By the evening of June 19th, over 1,000 men and boys, many of them unarmed, camped on the east bank of Clark's Creek on the land of Christian Reinhardt. On the west bank of the creek, opposite of Reinhardt's farm, was a gristmill operated by Jacob Ramsour. While the Loyalists were assembling on Clark's Creek, a patriot force of some 400 men was being gathered to disperse them. Composed primarily of men from Rowan, Burke, Iredell, Mecklenburg counties, these militia units, commanded by various officers, had been together for some time. On the evening of June 19th, the Patriot Force, about 1/4 of the men mounted cavalry, assembled on Mountain Creek that was located 16 miles northeast of Ramsour's Mill. In a discussion of possible action, cavalry officers Major James Rutherford, who Rutherford County is named for, and Rutherfordton, Captain Galbraith Falls, proposed making a surprise attack. After considerable debate by other officers, the decision was made to attack the Loyalist encampment at daybreak. The Patriot militia units left Mountain Creek and made a night march to Ramsour's Mill. At dawn on Tuesday, June 20th, 240 years ago this month, actually 240 years ago yesterday, a heavy fog blanketed Christian Reinhardt's farm. Led by their cavalry, the Patriots marched to the battle, coming close to the encampment before being discovered. The surprise attack caught the Loyalists off guard, but they quickly rallied and opened destructive fire. In the first charge, Captain Galbraith Falls was mortally wounded. Fighting became fierce, often hand-to-hand, but gradually Patriot forces gained the advantage. The Loyalists retreated down the ridge toward the mill, crossing to the west side of the creek, where they quickly dispersed into the countryside. In less than 2 hours, all the fighting had ceased. As the morning fog lifted, the scene revealed many dead and wounded men scattered across the battlefield. An estimated 70 men had been killed and 200 wounded, some so severely that they died within days. Casualties were about equally divided between the two sides, although the Patriot loss in officers was quite high. By midday, a large force of Patriot militia, commanded by General Griffith Rutherford, reached the battlefield. Work began aiding the wounded and burying the dead. With the bodies of some men killed in the battle were returned to their homes for burial, the majority of the dead were placed in a deep trench on the west side of the hill. Unable to distinguish Loyalists from Patriots, since the men wore no uniforms, the dead were respectfully buried together. As men continued to die from their wounds in the coming days, the graves had to be opened. Today, the 1780 farm of Christian Reinhardt contains 3 modern public schools, and that would be Lincolnton High School and Battleground Middle School, named for the battle. 3 modern public schools, athletic fields, playgrounds, streets, and parking lots. Dotted among them are 4 known burial sites. And this early 20th century photograph shows onlookers peering over the remains of Ramsour's Mill. Dietrich Ramsour built the mill on the west side of Clark's Creek around 1770. He died in 1780, and his son Jacob was operating the mill at the time of Battle of Ramsour's Mill. And this shows Ramsour's Mill site and battle wig captain's grave, circa 1914, courtesy of the Lincoln County Historical Association. And then here's a map. You are here, John Martin Shuford grave, Ramsour's Mill site. It looks like it's back in the woods. And I wonder if the dam or anything's left back there. That would be interesting to see, but I don't really know how to get back there. Lincoln High School Stadium, state champion, Lincolnton, what are they, Golden Wolves or something like that. Warlick gravesite, Mass gravesite, Gaither Shrum Memorial Park, Whig Captain's gravesite, and then it shows the schools. But anyway, let's walk around here for a second. So I'm assuming this was the this log cabin was Christian Reinhardt's log cabin, and we'll see if we can find the grave that they're talking about. So basically, from what it said, it was kind of a draw. I always thought the Patriots won the Battle of Ramsour's Mill. It's locked. You can't get in it without a combination. But, yeah, this must be the grave down here, maybe. I've got bad knees. I don't think I'm going to try to go off without going down the steps. But anyway, here you see probably some wells that are capped by millstones. And actually they look like stumps with millstones on the top. These are the millstones that ground the wheat, and I'm assuming they are from the original Ramsour's Mill, 250 years old. And these are what Jesus was talking about when he said, anybody that hurts a child, anybody that causes a child to stumble or hurts them, it would be better for them to have one of these tied around their necks and be tossed into the midst of the sea. So don't hurt children and don't support abortion. Okay, chasing a rabbit there, but when I see millstones, I'm always reminded of that scripture. I don't know exactly what this little log cabin was. It looks like maybe an outhouse. I mean, I don't mean like an outhouse you use the bathroom in. I mean like a you know what I mean, like kind of like storage or a garage or something. Maybe a place where they stored cattle feed. So yeah, here is they need to mow down here. Here is the grave of John Martin Shuford, who departed this life June 22nd, 1780, aged 36 years. My day is come, my glass is run, my resting place is here. Now caution take before too late, for death is always nigh. That was pretty good, except for the last part doesn't rhyme. Let's see what it says here. The John Martin Shuford graveside. Buried here is loyalist. That means he was loyal to the king. I had family on both sides of the Revolution. The Littles, my family, they were German, and they fought. They were patriots. They fought in for America in the Revolution. And then my grandmother, Memo Little, her family were Colsons, and they were from England, granted land in 640 acres in Anson County, North Carolina, by the King of England in 1680, and 1740. And they were loyalists. The Colsons fought for the crown of England, and the Littles fought for the new country of America. Buried here is Loyalist John Martin Shuford. And Shuford is a very prominent name in the Hickory area, Shuford Mills and all that. They've been a very prominent family in this area for many, many years, who died June 22nd, 1780. A Mills received in the Battle of Ramsour's Mill. His grave was originally marked with an old headstone and footstone. In 1997, the Lincoln County Historical Association and Shuford descendants dedicated a new monument to his memory and removed the original grave marker to the Lincoln County Museum of History. And it says Joseph R. Nixon took this photograph of the John Martin Shuford grave site on August 20th, 1914, as his father, Alfred Nixon, conducted a tour of the Ramsour's Mill battle site for Lincoln County Teachers Institute. And this is Clyde Baby Ray Cornwell captured this image of John Martin Shuford's grave site during the late 1940s or 50s. All right, there's some driving in between the places that we need to go, so I am going to break this video into 2 segments so I don't have to bore you with my driving and my music, which I'm a musician. I have good taste in music. You'd probably like it, but I listen to a little bit of everything. But anyway, I will see y'all in the next video.